light beings. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight into it today. Today I am going to share with you a personal diary entry that I made on the 18th of this month. So that was actually just a few days after Jupiter went into transit with Gemini. And Jupiter going into transit with Gemini really highlights the importance of communication, and it pushes you to like speak your truth basically. And so I've been feeling that tension, and I've actually been moving through it, and I really just wanted to share this journal entry with you today. So I'm going to read that to you now, and it's called I Am Huge. I have something to say. From this day forward, I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to say what's true for me. It's time for me to stop shrinking for the fear of people leaving me. The time has come to unleash myself and to stop holding back and making myself small when I know just how damn huge I am. I am a force of nature, and I can be who I am without fear of being rejected, because I never have been rejected, not once. I've either been matched or unmatched by the law of attraction. That's it. This life is all about matching and unmatching. I'm going to speak from my heart, and if I offend people, that's their business. Because I have something to say, and it's about time I said it. My people will find me. This is my world, so I'm going to play it by my rules. The people that like this version of me will stay, and those who don't will just make room for those who will. Nothing is ever lost. It's always getting better. And I vow to look for the improvements. I make my vow to be the one who sees the beauty in every situation. And if I fall from the grace of appreciation, I vow to find my footing quickly, not for any other reason, but for my joy. For the joy. I actually wrote this on the day that I was going to talk to my best friend, because I was feeling like I was holding some parts of myself back. I was not expressing myself in my fullness. And so before we had a phone call, I decided to do that journal entry, and it really primed me to remember who I am and to speak from my truth rather than projecting onto her. And just so you know, the conversation went beautifully. She's an amazing person, and she's so supportive and encouraging of my journey and my path. And it just melted me. Like all these stories that I was making up in my head, it was all about me not feeling safe to express myself in my fullness and in my authenticity. And that happens to so many of us, and I just wanted to speak to that today, because as this Jupiter is in transit with Gemini, it could be coming up for you too. I personally have a Gemini moon, so it's for me it's about expressing my emotions, because the moon sign in star signs is all about your emotional world and how you express that. And so for me, being in Gemini moon, it means that I can either think about my emotions and not feel them, or the other way around. But my power is actually to be able to think, like have a sort of a clear understanding about, like I can conceptually understand emotions very well. And so with Jupiter being in Gemini at the moment in the transit, I have been pushed to express my emotions and to speak my truth. And that is such a big part of my journey. And that's why I made this YouTube channel, so that I could inspire other people to do the same thing, to speak your truth and to be who you are as you are. So what prompted that conversation with my friend was we send each other voice messages all the time, which I love, but I found that there was something that I wasn't able to say because I wasn't feeling safe to say it. And it was about keeping myself small and not being a fear of offending her. But luckily she's got the thickest skin ever, and I wasn't even going to offend her anyway. Like, she was so receptive of me, and I wouldn't have known that had I not spoken my truth, had I not talked to her about it. And we all do that sometimes, where we just keep it all bottled up and we don't want to say anything because we don't want to upset somebody, and we don't want to be seen as inappropriate or too much, or be rejected. I think that's the biggest thing that we all face sometimes, is that fear of rejection. But if you keep all your emotions in, and if you don't let them out, and if you play it safe too long with all these people, what happens when one day you just blow up and you let out what you really feel? They might leave because they didn't know who you really were. They weren't really aware of the person that they were dealing with. So by keeping it small and by holding back what you want to say, you're actually robbing them the opportunity to choose with discernment who they want in their life. And it doesn't have to be something that's offensive. Sometimes people just aren't ready for the energy that you'll bring to the table. And sometimes that's totally okay. And that's why I mentioned in my journal entry that I never have been rejected, and neither have you, because it's law of attraction. And if people go their separate ways, that means that they're no longer a vibrational match to each other. And that doesn't have to be something that's offensive, and it doesn't have to be something that you take to heart and internalize as sorry, I'm talking too fast. One moment. You don't have to internalize that as though that there is something wrong with you. Just because somebody leaves your life, it doesn't mean that you are not worthy. It doesn't mean that you are not loved. It just means that you are no longer a vibrational match. And that has to be okay with you, for you to be able to move on from that, and for you to be able to attract the people that you need in your life. So by keeping it small, not only are you energetically congesting your system and blocking up your throat chakra, heart chakra, wherever you're trying to express through the throat chakra will get blocked up if you're not expressing it. And you don't have to express it in a way that's, offensive to people. You can talk from a place of love always. You can always bring your offerings with a place of understanding and a place of discernment. Also, just knowing it right time and right place. Like for me, for example, I couldn't seem to express that over voice messages. I really needed to have a phone call. And when we were in the phone call, it was such an easy flow. It's like I couldn't hide behind these voice messages, because what I found I was doing was recording it, deleting it, recording it, deleting it, sending it, and then deleting it before she saw it. And it was so like this push-pull energy, and I was really like starting to feel, But then when we're on the phone, it was just free-flowing, and it was, sometimes we can make things to be so much bigger in our mind than it actually is, because we're not taking the risk to express ourselves, right? And by playing it safe, by keeping it in, you're not actually playing it safe by doing that. You're actually risking blowing up at somebody later down the track, or making up all these stories in your head, and then starting to attract evidence of those stories. Because what you think about constantly is what comes to you. You can have the odd thought here or there, and if you don't give it much attention, and if you don't think it again, nothing will really come of it. Because law of attraction needs momentum to bring to you what it is that you're thinking about. So if I were to think about anything just once, it wouldn't happen. But if I was to think about it day in, day out, all the time, and add emotion to it, because emotion is not just the indicator of where you're at, but it's also the accelerant. I want you to think about it as though it's like the gasoline that people pour on the fire. It'll add drive to it. So that's why I encourage people to, if you're in a bad mood, Don't think about anything that's really important to you at that moment. Keep it light, go general. Maybe watch a movie, maybe go for a walk, or you know, do something that will lighten your mood before you actually add more attention to that subject, because the accelerant of the emotion will really add a lot more thoughts, and law of attraction will respond to that. So that's why I talk about the importance of emotions. So speaking your truth, I challenge all of you to, anytime you feel that like, I better not say that, like, use your discernment and know, like, is this the right time? Am I doing this in a loving way? And am I being kind and caring to the people that I'm talking to? But also, don't hide behind the fact that you'll be too much, and get okay with the idea of people leaving your life. Because if they leave your life, they are making room for the people that will actually be a match to you, you know? Like, if nobody leaves your life, I mean, people have limited amount of time for, it depends what you do with your life, but you can't have everyone in your life all at once. Like, you've got to pick and choose who you want to build your life with, right? And so be picky, be choosy, and don't hold on to things that don't hold on to the people that you can't be your true self around. But how are you going to know if you can be your true self around if you've never tried it? And also, speaking with authenticity, you just never know when you're about to say something so profoundly true that somebody else would benefit from. If we keep ourselves small all the time, then the people that really need to hear what we have to say might miss out. And not only that, but we will miss out from the joy that it comes from them hearing us and being like, hey, what you said to me, that just landed in a way that it just hasn't before, and I just want to say thank you. You know, you're robbing yourself of that opportunity as well, because there's nothing better than having embedded and infused somebody else's life with your energy and with your love. That's the best feeling ever. And it all comes from just being yourself and not being so fearful to lose people, because nothing is lost, because there's always somebody else out there that is a perfect match for you. Just wait and see, and believe in yourself. It's coming to you. So I hope this video has been inspiring to you. As I started this YouTube channel, I was a little bit closed off, and there'll be more videos where I'm a little bit closed off, but I am stepping into my power and my authenticity more and more each day. And that's what I want to inspire within all of you, to just be yourself, because you just never know that freedom you're gonna have from just letting go. And that's why we all like getting drunk and like being intoxicated, because it's like you don't care and your inhibitions go away. But there's a conscious way of doing that, and that's what I'm teaching here today. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that has inspired you to be your most authentic self. So much love and appreciation for you all. And if you would like one-on-one coaching with me, please just check the description. My details will be in there. I would love to work with you and help you find your most authentic self. Much love.